Hey everybody, welcome back to another programming video. Today we're going to continue upon the C# for beginners stuff, and today we're going to look at enums and how to create enums, go through enums, what enums are, and that kind of thing. But before we get started, don't forget to, subscribe and check out my other videos. The last one we did was catch exceptions. Also, I'm going to link my favorite mouse that I'm using right now, the Razer Mamba Wireless, in the description below. If you're in the market for a mouse, it helps out the channel if you use my link. No obligation to, of course. And if you click it and you don't end up buying this mouse and you do your normal Amazon shopping, it also helps me out. But just a way to help out the channel, and I appreciate any help that I get. So anyway, we're going to talk about enums and what they are. So basically, an enum is a collection of constant values. And I can't quite think of an instance that I would use this personally, but I've seen a lot of examples where they do days of the week or months of the year, right? Something that's constant. We can always know that there are going to be Monday through Sunday days of the week, right? That's never going to change. Same with months of the year. There's always going to be January through December. So why don't we do that? Why don't we at least, I'm not going to write out every single month of the year because then this video would get very boring, just to show you enums. And by the way, I'm going back to my logger demo project just to do this because I didn't think it needed its own project. And I'm just going to minimize this divide method. So let's create an enum. It's pretty simple. You just use the enum keyword and then whatever you want to name this collection. And for me, I think we should go with the month theme. So I'm going to name it months. Then we have an open and close curly brace. And this is where we enter our collection. So we can do January, February. All right. Whoops, I forgot my comment. And here's the thing. You list them out as comma separated values. January, February, March, and I'm going to stop at April. But you guys get the point, right? These are constant values that will never change, and I'll show you something that you can also do with enums, which kind of makes this nice. So in order to reference this, let's say we want to print out January. So I'm going to do console.writeLine, and we want to print out January out of this enum, right? We're not just going to write January as a string. We want to write it from the enumeration here. So months dot January is how we reference it. We do it the name of the enum and then the particular value of that part of that enum that is up for grabs. So January, and that's just going to print out January. It's not going to print out months dot January. It's just the value January. There's something else cool you can do. And what if you want to know what integer value that January comes in the year, in the calendar year? Comes into 0, right? It would be index 0 of the year if we were thinking of it in terms of like an array or a list. So what you can do is you can actually cast it to an integer. So I'm going to put int inside of these two parentheses. And it's going to cast, and then we're just going to write the same thing, months dot January. If I wanted to, I could do February. Maybe I'll do that in the second one. So let me copy this. And let's change this to February. Okay, so what this is going to do, it's going to change this value into the, as we hover over it, you can see months.January is equal to 0. Hopefully you can see that. Months.February is equal to 1. And that's what it's going to cast it to. It's going to cast it to its equivalent integer counterpart because it's the 0 index of months, enum, right? And then February is the first one. Well, not the first, but number 1. This is actually first. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's end it with console read so we can, see what it says before it disappears. And then here we should see it write January. It'll write 0 because that's what January's integer value is. And then it'll write February, which is 1. So let's hit start. And here we go. January, we didn't cast this one. And then we casted the other two into integers. Whoops. So now we have 0 and 1. All right. So you can think of, different enums that you would want to create. I've also seen like a stoplight, right? It has a few states and that's it, right? There's red, there's yellow, there's green. There might be flashing yellow. There might be flashing red. There might be a green arrow. But once you add all of those different scenarios up, that's a limited amount, right? There's not going to be a purple. So if you want to keep things tightly knit, you might want to put in something like an enum. That way, there is no possibility that we can make our own month up and give it a value of like 13 because it's not going to exist, or 12 because it's not going to exist. I guess that's a good way to put it. It's a tightly knit, constant collection. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video, and take care.